All
Okay,
right.
will do. Will do. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. It's 3:03 p.m. Saudi time. Thank you so much for joining in for our special home science class. A very, very warm welcome to you from the Paro and Parhao team, which includes Mrs. Nikhat Jamil, who is our dear founder, Sana Junaid, who is our co-founder, and myself, Samira Mohsin. It's been such an honor. It's been such an honor and a privilege for us to be holding these special classes over these last few weeks now. And it's been a fantastic journey. It's been a fantastic journey, and hats off. We are so grateful to our teachers who have been a part of this journey and our dear students who have been with us and without whom we could not have been where we are today. We all started off with the regular subjects like English, science, and math, but here we are having a special home science class being conducted by none other than one of our top instructors, Zain sir. Now, home science. When you think of home science, the thought that comes to your mind is a few girls going to a home science class, making kebabs, or or a cake maybe. But no, the concept of home science has evolved so much over these last few years, and if I'm not mistaken, the WHO has given 10 guidelines or 10 points which are essential for each and every person, which is essential to manage your home better. These guidelines are not for girls. These guidelines are not for women. These guidelines are for everyone. These are the guidelines which will help us better manage our home. And what better time to be doing that when we all are at our homes? Why? Because staying at home makes us, healthier because of the unprecedented times that we are in. I will not rattle on anymore, but hand over the mic to our very own Zen sir. Welcome, welcome, welcome again.
Right. Thank you for a very warm welcome. I will begin the class now. Okay. I'll share my screen and we will begin. And hopefully, you all will love the class and will learn something from it today. All right. So, can all of you see my screen right now? Can anyone confirm if my screen is there? Miss Nigat, Miss
Yes,
Samira?
visible.
Yes. Yes.
All right, so today's topic is going to be on topic is time management. It's under the home science because time management is mainly involved when you're at home, right? Because all of us are at home right now. So we will be going over time management, and this is not just related to cooking, cleaning, like a general overall life time management. Okay, this can help you in any part of your life. Okay, it's not going in slideshow mode for some reason. Let's manage that ourselves. So today, in today's topic, we will go through three main things, like three subtopics, like you can say. Treats to manage time. By treats, I mean ways. Okay, these are like life hacks. Like if instead, like I'm not gonna go through the basic make a routine for your day. Like this is what you have to do at 2:30. This is what you have to do at this time. No, I'm not gonna do that. I will go over a much more simplified one that everyone can follow and everyone can implement. I'll also go over how to sort out priorities because when we go through this, you will see that priorities plays a huge role when it comes to just managing your time. What thing to do first, what not to. Okay, what's important and what isn't. Right. So we'll go over how to sort out your priorities, and we'll go over why is it important. Why is time management itself important? Like why can't I just live my life without this? Right. So if that sounds interesting, I will begin now. Okay, thank God the screen sharing again. So, how do you manage time? Okay, ways to manage time. Let's begin. Okay, start with important tasks. That's point number one, which is beginning with important tasks. Now, I'm sure you might have heard this. Maybe you have, if you watch any motivational videos, and I think this has been said a lot. But what does it really mean? What's like the essence or value behind it? So, starting with important tasks is that take the biggest part of your day, like the biggest priority of your day. Yeah, I mentioned how we're going to go with priorities. Take the biggest priority at that given moment and go with it first. Don't think that's a big thing, so I want to do it right now. Like I know when I was younger, I used to get a lot of homework. So I'll be like, because English homework used to take me a lot of time. Okay. Because you have to write paragraphs and stuff. So I would be like that I'll do my English homework last, okay? Because it's the biggest one. But no, tackle the biggest thing first. Start with the most important thing first. So biggest and important, okay? Both I mean here. So that's why priorities are important. So I'll go over my English homework first because that's the biggest chunk. After I'm done with that, doing the maths or physics or the smaller portions will be much easier. Similarly, when you go over the most important thing first, let's say you have a meeting or something. Once that is done, doing the rest is much easier. Like if I take an example right now for myself, like my situation right now, my most important task right now of today was making this whole presentation and joining this class, conducting this class, right? So the second I was done with this presentation about 10 minutes ago, uh, it just felt like I can do anything now. Like I felt really like in a mood that I can go and do anything because my biggest task, the most important one, has been fulfilled. After this class, I'll be super productive. I won't be in that mode to sleep or lie around and waste time. No, after this class, because I've done my most important task of the day, I can go on and tackle anything I want. Right? Moving on. Number two, don't put your time where it isn't needed. Time is money, so spend it wisely. Right? If you, this is really common phrase, time is money. Okay, so spend it wisely. Okay, like when you have only 15 reals, you won't go to a bakala and buy something for 15 reals. Okay, you will buy multiple things as much as you can within that money, so you can like get your stomach full, you can get that enjoyment. You won't waste money on buying super big things that are like 15 reals. Instead you'll buy everything else that you can, right? Like, just take an example, you would buy as many chips packet as you can. Okay, you won't go and buy a 15 real drink. You won't go buy Red Bull because that's expensive. You will buy other things, okay, they're cheaper. So time is money, and you should spend it properly where it's needed first. I'm not saying wanted, I'm saying needed. Needed as in put in the right places. Don't just waste it. Okay, so where can it be needed? Your priorities list, your parents first, spend time with them. Your schoolwork, your like priorities, like this whole thing, the Parhau thing, conducting this class. What time it's needed? I'm not going to be playing video games 5 minutes before this class because right now I have to put my time in the class. I'm spending it wisely and in the right place. Moving on, creating limits. Now, this one annoys me a lot. Okay, me personally, I'm not a fan of setting limits. I like to be free. Okay, I guess you guys could relate with me. I'm pretty sure you guys can. But being free is a big one. Everyone wants to be free.
Why you hit me?
Can you mute your mic, please? Everyone wants to be free, right? Who wouldn't want to be free? So creating limits is a bit of a bummer, but it's. I'm not saying create limits for everything, like how much time you should take in the shower. Although that can help. You don't have to go that much of the extra mile. How much time you have to spend eating. I'm not go that crazy with it yet because it's gonna be hard to implement those things first. But when you're starting out, you can set limits for, let's say, playing games, doing the things that are unnecessary, like playing games, set a limit. So that way you can spend more time studying or doing something else. Let's say setting a limit for any waste of time. Let's say using your phone. Okay, I'm not saying have some super strict ones, like only 1 hour a day. Starting that in the beginning would be really tough, right? So keep something realistic, keep something, but at least have a limit. Okay, at in your day, have a limit. Okay. Also, don't keep a limit. Let's say I use. I'm just giving an example. Let's say I use my phone 5 hours a day. I won't give myself a limit of 6 hours because that's just too easy. I'll give something like 4.5 hours first. After using four and a half hours a day limit, then I'll go to 4 hours. Then I can go to 3 hours. It'll be much easier compared to if I just went directly from 5 hours to 2 hours a day. That'll be really hard. Moving on. Point number four is understand that you have a responsibility. Okay, now what do I mean here? Responsibility is when something's given to you, okay, and you have to. I'm not saying you want to, I'm saying you have to do it. Like this whole class. I can't like go and tell Miss Samira like before this class that I want to sleep. I have a responsibility. So I have to put my time and over there, right? I have to manage my time so I can fulfill my responsibilities first. My wants such as sleeping, eating, wasting time, those come later. Okay. Understand that, yeah, you're given a responsibility. Now, a lot of you are not teachers. I mean, there are like 18, 19 of you right now. Okay. So a lot of you are not teachers. Okay. Yourself in Parhau. So what are your responsibilities? They could be cleaning your room. Okay. They could be helping your mom in the kitchen, right? Home science, that's what it's all about. Men and girls, both men and women, both have to help, right? So understand you have a responsibility. If you live in a house with your parents, so I'm pretty sure all of you do, or with someone else, you have a responsibility to keep it clean. You can't just leave a mess. Okay, so understand you have responsibilities. Number five, organize your life and sleep schedule. Now, be careful here. I'm not really a fan of routines. As I said earlier, I don't set like something. I have to do something at 2:30. I have to do another thing at 3:30. No, don't set routines like that. But I'm saying organizing your life when it comes to sleep schedule. Like, don't go around sleeping at 11 o'clock some night and 2 a.m. the other night and waking up at like, I don't know, 11 in the morning or 10 in the morning. That just messes everything up, right? Now, like me personally today, I woke up at Fajr and I've been awake since. So this was really organized and that got me to be productive and do a lot of work. But if I had done something else, if I had gotten up at, let's say, 9, a time that wasn't suitable for me, I would have been very lazy. So today, what did I get to do? I woke up for Fajr. I did breakfast. I went and played a cricket match. I had some me time, as in wasting time and having fun. Okay, and then I made my presentation, Jumma in between as well. All right, so that way I got to organize my life because I woke up on time. If I had woken up at like 10 o'clock just to get ready for Jumma and go to Jumma, I wouldn't have been so effective. Okay, I wouldn't have done the other things as well. Just another thing off topic, I want to mention that like a study was conducted, okay, on people that wake up at 4:30. The usual time for waking up, let's say for school, would be 6 o'clock. Okay, so let's say you just wake up at 5 o'clock. Everyone of your friends are waking up at 6 o'clock. Let's say you just wake up at 5 o'clock. All right. Now, what is that? What are you getting? You're getting an extra hour a day. All of your friends are spending 1 hour sleeping, 1 extra hour sleeping, and you have 1 hour to boost your day. Even better if you get up at 4 o'clock. So like let's say that's just 2 hours a day, right? If you get up at 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock earlier than 2 hours earlier than everyone else. But you get 2 hours added to your day. Okay. Now you may think that's not much, but that is 14 hours a week. Okay. And that is 728 hours a whole year. Okay, you get 728 hours more than the average person just by organizing your sleep schedule and waking up early. Now, if you divide that by 60, I'm doing the calculation simultaneously. Let's say 728 hours, you divide that by how many hours a day? 24. You get 30 days extra. Do you realize how crazy that is? By just waking up early, by fixing your sleep schedule, you get 30 days extra in your whole life every single year. That's a huge thing. Organizing your life can go a really long way. Moving on, try to cut off stuff that you don't want and need to do. I said want and need, so pay attention to that. What do I mean when I say that? Basically, something you want could be playing games, watching a TV show. Okay, something you need to do is a responsibility, as I mentioned, like cleaning your room or making this presentation. Fine. So cut off stuff that you don't want and need to do. Let's say stuff like I went and played cricket today, early morning. Okay, let's say I don't want to play cricket, and I obviously don't have any responsibility to play cricket. I can just cut that off if I don't want to. Okay, that because then it's like kind of dragging me down. It's like an extra load that you don't have to carry, right? Like let's say you pack a backpack for a trip. You're going running and you have a backpack, okay, and you fill in all necessities: your water bottle, some food, some extra clothes. Okay, all necessary are full. That's lightweight, fine. But then let's say you start adding in extra stuff like your laptop. You're going for a run, you don't need your laptop, but let's say you just add that. Then you add a bottle of Coca-Cola, okay? You add that as well. You don't need that. You just need water, which you already packed, but you add something extra. The more extra stuff you add, the more worked up you're going to be by the end of your run. So don't keep all these extra loads on you when you can just cut them off. These unnecessary things. I'm not saying needs like cleaning your room. You have to do it as a responsibility. Don't cut those off, but cut off unnecessary stuff which you don't do. You don't need. Okay. Number seven is an asterisk stars, and the reason is because this is optional. It's kind of hard in the beginning, but it's a really good tip, which is having a to-do list. Now, the best people, they all like the most successful people have a to-do list. And when do they plan it? They don't plan it when they wake up. They plan it the night before when they're going to bed. Because like I'm pretty sure a lot of you can relate. When you're doing your homework, you feel sleepy. Okay, you feel sleepy. Okay, when you're writing stuff, and then when you go to bed, your mind is racing with other thoughts that what's tomorrow gonna be like. Let's say I have a field trip tomorrow. And this happened to me a lot. Whenever I have a field trip, okay, from school, the whole night before that, I won't be able to sleep because I'm just thinking of the field trip. So in this way, having to do this, if you write down everything about tomorrow, you won't have to think about anything when you're going to bed. So you can just fall asleep much faster. And when you wake up, you now know everything you have to do for a day. All your needs, your responsibilities for the day are already assigned in that to-do list. Now it's just so much easier, right? Now everything's just so organized, and now you know what to do. You can add extra stuff as well, like extra stuff can pop up throughout the day, but now you know your main things are sorted out. Last point is allow yourself a break. Now be aware, I'm talking about having a break after doing all of these things. Reason I mentioned this is because there's a thing called burnout. Okay, I'm pretty sure someone that works right now, someone that's done a lot of work consistently, can relate with me. Miss Nigat, Miss Samira, me myself. I'm pretty sure some of you are teachers. You guys can relate with me when it comes to allowing having like we do a lot of stuff repeatedly, a lot, like just a lot. Like me, let's say if I was doing these presentations every single day, in the beginning it'll be fine. Okay, I can make it, I can do it. Okay, but after a week, after 2 weeks, I will feel that I can't handle it because I need to do other stuff. I need I'm not I'm not comfortable fixing my time at one thing. So allowing yourself a break can make it so much easier to just rearrange stuff. Okay, you can't let's look at this. I'll give a simpler example. You can't organize your room while doing homework at the same time. Okay, to organize your room, you have to take a break from your homework. You organize the room, then you go back to doing the homework. Same thing here, that when you're going through a routine, when you're going through your day, and if you have zero breaks, you'll be less efficient. And actually, I went over a study which was done, okay, which said actually that when people have a break throughout their studying period or working period, it can be every single day, but when they have a small break, it makes them study and work more efficiently because they get recharged. And this is also in the Sunnah. The Sunnah, after lunch, the Prophet ﷺ used to go and nap for a while. He used to nap. That's another form of a break. So allowing yourself a break is scientifically proven, and Islamically, it's also good for you. So this is a short fire point. All right. Moving on to the next slide, I'm going to go over now sorting out your priorities. I'll go over this list later, okay? I'll go over it once more if there's time at the end of the class, but I will be sharing the presentation, okay? Or you guys can just take screenshots along the way. I will share a presentation, right? Sorting out priorities. Now, this is a tough one because we all have our different wants and needs. We all have different lives, but I'll just give you a really neutral, okay? One thing that all of us can relate to, all of us can agree on, that type of advice. Your parents, your house, and school are and should be your number one priorities. Why? First of all, your parents, okay, like we know we have to respect them. It's in Islam, we all know that. We have to respect our parents. So they are your number one priority, more than anything in the world. Okay, more than school, more than your job, more than your house, more than anything, they're your number one priority. Number two, your house. Why am I mentioning house? House is basically, look, you can go to school and everything, but your house, if it's a mess, what are you really doing with your life? If you're having an amazing social life, if you have a good car, if you're successful, and then you have to walk home to a dumpster every single day, what good is your life? Fine. So your house is number two. Okay, it's a big priority. Cleaning up every single day. It's not gonna take hours. Okay, just clean up your room. Takes 15 minutes. It's like reorganize stuff. I'm not telling you to mop the floor every single day or vacuum clean everything or dust off everything. Just at least rearrange stuff. Number two, school. Okay, school right now for a lot of us is a huge portion of our lives. Okay, whether you like it or not, it is. Okay, I mean, you spend anywhere from 6 to 9 hours a day at school. Okay, so it's a huge portion of your life, and that's why it is in your priorities. Not to mention, okay, this is a real life one. I just realized, okay, that Islam, okay, is a priority above your parents. Keep that in mind. I just had to add that because I forgot it here. But Islam, your religion, your prayers, your fasting, all that stuff is way above your parents and anything else in the world. There's nothing that can go above that. You know, if we are even told to go against our parents, if you're telling us to do something that's not within the boundaries of Islam. So Islam is above all. Moving on. Then comes the stuff that other people are waiting for you on. Like this presentation itself, this whole thing, this whole class, you all were waiting for this because I told you guys I'm going to have a class today. I told Miss Samir, I told Miss Nigat, we announced in the groups that I'll have a class today. And if I just go to sleep, okay, if I go and like, and if you see a second line, if I go after this, if I went and started playing games or spend my time on Netflix, and then I end up coming here with a horrible presentation, that wouldn't be really ethical or nice of me. That's not nice because people are waiting. People are counting on you. They're depending on you. You have to serve them as well. Okay, don't just be so selfish. So let's just go over it quick. Islam first, it comes first, then your parents, then your house, your school, then other people that are depending on you. Then come the important things you have. Let's say self work. Self work as in book reading, okay, as in schoolwork. Schoolwork, I'm not, no, schoolwork's already mentioned. Let's say self work such as sports. I mean, sports isn't a waste of time completely. You guys can go and play basketball, football, or whatever you're interested in every now and then. That's self work. Going to the gym. I mean, I have a specific time to go to the gym every single day. So self work is the next big priority. Then finally, now you have time for some amazing me time, which is Netflix, which is video games, which is your laptop, which could be cooking as well. My sister loves cooking, or baking, not cooking to be specific, baking to be specific. So cooking, baking as well. Sorry. Okay, and you deserve it only if you have all the above things. Okay, keep this in mind. I know a lot of us want this whole list to be completely opposite. Okay, we want to waste time, we want to have our me time, we want to watch shows, then we want to go and play sports, then we want to go serve people, then lastly we want to clean our rooms and do our homework. Okay, that's how we want it, but that's not how you should go about it. All right, so this is a list of priorities. You guys can screenshot it, but I'll be sharing it anyways. But moving on to the last slide, and after this, I'll go revise through the whole thing. Now, this is why is this whole thing important? Why is time management itself really important? Now, time management helps you utilize your time optimally and efficiently. As I said, time is money, right? I said above. So why wouldn't you want to spend it nicely and have more? Would you be happy with 50 reals or would you want 100 reals? Like, so you be a judge. I'll just pick any single name, okay, right now. Uh, let's just pick a name really quickly. Afsari or Amal. I'll go with Amal. Amal, can you tell me how much money would you like to have right now?
300 reals.
300 reals? And that's a lot. Okay, I fine 300 reals. See, Amal, who said that? Afsari or Amal? I'm not sure. But one of you would be happy with having 300 reals right now in your hands. Fine. Now, would you want more than that? Of course, right? 300 reals is a lot of money. It'll turn your life around, but you would want more, right? You wouldn't want to just throw it away. I mean, I'll be happy at 300 reals. I'd be happy here at 500 and even more happy at 1000, right? So time is money. Same way that you can, if you organize your time, you can create more of it. Okay, You- how can you create more of it? Now look, time spent. What did I say here? 5 hours of unmanaged time will give you far less than 5 hours of managed time. Okay, so that way time management doesn't give you more time, but it gets much more done. Who will want that, right? So the same thing here. Let's say, okay, let's just give an example. That you do work, you are a factory worker making toys, and you get paid 5 reals per toy you make. Okay, in 5 hours, if it's not managed, let's say you make 20 toys and make 100 reals. In that same 5 hours, if you manage your time, you could have made 50 toys and gotten, I have no idea how much money, 2,500, I guess. No, 250, if I'm not wrong. I have no idea. But yeah, 250. You can get 250, 250 reals done, right? So the more time you spend, the more time you manage, more time you kind of have. It's like a cheat to life. You manage your time, you get more of it. Technically, it's the same amount of time, but you're just getting more done. So you're getting more life in that whole time period, right? Also, not to mention, oh God, I added something here, but it's gone. But I mentioned that, let's just say, actually, no, it's right here. It'll just come right now. Okay. Not to mention that you get your homework done in less time, so you can get more time to play games or watch shows. So now let's say you don't want to do 5 hours, but you're doing your homework. It takes you usually, let's say, 3 hours. You can get it done in 2 hours with proper managed time. Okay, you get it done in 2 hours, and now you're free. Like my mom used to do this. She does still does sometimes. She's like, you have to do your homework. You have to clean your room. You have to help me with dishes, eat your food, get changed and stuff, and then only can you get the PS4. Okay. And now, if my time was unmanaged, I'll come home at like 3:30, and now it'll be like 7 o'clock, and I still won't have my PS4. All right. Yeah. What is this? Okay, sorry. So it'll be 7 o'clock and I still won't have my PS4 because my time was super out of the place. But I knew that with proper managed time, I could have done my homework in like 1 hour. I could have cleaned my room in less than half an hour, and I could have changed, ate food all in half an hour. Okay, I could have had my PS4 by around 5:30, 6 o'clock max. But because of my whole unmanagedness and everything, it happened late. Miss Samia, your hand is raised. Is there a reason? Yeah, you have to say something?
Yes, yes, the answer. There is a reason. I've just received a reminder that the classes has been going on for half an hour now. So would it be possible to wrap it up in a couple of minutes in case
Yeah.
we have a Q&A?
Yeah, this is the last slide. I'm done.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So I just finish up with my few final words that time management can really turn your life around. I personally am still in the process of it. I'm not a person who can literally tell you all the results yet, but I will tell you that in those areas of life where I have managed my time, I swear to God, I kid you not, I have not regretted it. Okay, you will not regret it. Okay, just you can get so much more done. You can play, like when I go with my friends cricket every Friday or and Tuesday. When we have no plan, okay, to do, we end up wasting so much time. We only end up playing two games of cricket, and we could have played three or four.
Excuse
We
me,
spent
Sir
yes,
Zain.
yes,
We have only 8 minutes, so
yeah.
I'm just reminding you that you just have to close this session so that Mrs. Samira can have some time for question and answer. So,
That's okay. Thank you.
No, I'm
Thank
done.
you. Thank you, Mrs. Nikat. Thank you.
You guys can start now if you want.
no,
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 no. Zen sir, are you? Have you? I'm sorry to cut the momentum. Are you wrapped up for your
So
presentation?
that was
Some final words, please.
those are my final words. I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Zen sir. I don't know about the 22 participants almost who we had. I don't know about them, but this has been such an eye opener for me, because we tend to forget how important time is. We do not use it wisely. And each and every
Mm.
point that you have mentioned today, it is applicable generally to everyone across the board. And that is the beauty of your presentation. It is not applicable to Padho and Padhao teachers who we had thought this presentation will be originally for. This is not applicable for students only. This is applicable to each and every one of us. It is a fantastic presentation. It's a fantastic reminder where each and everything has been so beautifully integrated. So we have our home, we have our parents, we have our online school, and above all, obviously, our commitment to Allah, that we start our day with Fajr, right? I mean, what a
Yes.
beautiful time to get up. We wake up early in the morning, we start our day on a positive note with morning atkar and catch some early rays of the sun, right? So there you go. And then and like sir, he goes and plays some cricket. Very, very important. It's essential to get some fresh air, to get some vitamin D. Anyhow, if you cannot leave your house, open your windows, take some fresh air in. And this is if I'm not mistaken, this is the last time we had our home science class. We had two very dear instructors, Miss Riham and Miss Maham, who were talking about this as well, that how important it is to sort of effectively, manage your screen time also. So children, if you are having already to put in 5 to 6 hours of online learning virtually on your screen, please try to cut down the Netflix time. Or I'm not saying not, okay? And of course, you all know that when you are watching Netflix, please be very sure to watch the age limit. If it's parental guidance, 7 plus, 13 plus, 10 plus, you have to abide by that. And let's not forget, Netflix is from America. Anything that says 7 plus may not be 7 plus, because there is a big difference in culture. So whatever you're watching, always better to read a review about it, run it by your parents. Is it advisable to watch it or not as per your age? Okay. So that is one advice that I would like to give you as a parent of three children myself. And then apart from that, I mean, your pointers have been really, really useful and helpful, I'm sure, for all of us. So quickly, I'm going to ask, does anyone have any questions for Zen? Is there
Yes, but
anything in particular you would like to
yeah.
ask him? I think your presentation was self-explanatory, doesn't need any more clarification. It
Yeah,
was it was so
we have
complete.
only 1 minute left.
Okay, okay. I would like to wrap it up. Thank you very much, Zen sir, once again. And thank you all of you for joining us. On behalf of the team Paro and Parao, this is Samira Mohsin signing off.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Samira, for all the kind words. Okay.
Thank you.
And thank you to everyone else who's sending those nice words in the chat. It really means a lot. It gives me motivation to do this. Okay. And I
Okay.
guess time limit is about to be up any minute now, any second now. So, Ms. Nigat, you can take it from here.
Okay, thank you so much, Zen. But because we have only a few seconds remaining from my side, so because I have to start another session, so thank you so much. Okay.
Okay.